For the record, I have not necessarily always been a big Patrick Mahomes fan, but things can change. I mean, you got to have respect. Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback playing right now. Not the greatest of all time yet. He's got a lot of work to do to catch up to Mr. Tom Brady. A lot of work to do. Aaron Rodgers is up there too. And this is a phenomenal development that we're seeing here. It's just phenomenal because of what she's done. It's more about where the culture is, because it shows how much things have changed since 2020. And then you compare how close we were to winning, despite the fact of all the nonsense, with all the shenanigans, all the voodoo, all the hocus pocus of the 2020 election. It makes you think, wow, we are in a substantially better position, culturally, objectively, than we were in 2020. So Britney Mahomes is the wife of Patrick Mahomes. They were high school sweethearts, and they are now having their third kid. She's pregnant with their third child. I've always liked their marriage. It's good to see high-performing athletes be in stable marriages, not be playboys or Casanovas. So it's a good role model. And it's good to see them with their family. It's terrific. But Patrick has gone to great lengths to not be too political. You remember Harrison Butker, who is the kicker of the Kansas City Chiefs. Boy, the Kansas City Chiefs can't avoid political controversy, can they? Who's the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, who's a great man, came out and basically said very mainline Catholic doctrine that it's good for women to get married and have children, and pursuing a career might not be the best thing for you. The world lost their mind. And Patrick was okay. He said, look, we can have disagreements there. It is what it is. But Britney Mahomes has found herself in quite an interesting moment, and she's handling it perfectly. Now, mind you, Britney Mahomes is very good friends, or at least hangs out a lot with Taylor Swift. And of course, Taylor Swift's current boyfriend is Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, what does all this mean, Charlie? It means a lot, and it connects to our election, and I'll tell you why. So Britney Mahomes was scrolling through Instagram last week. Donald Trump on his Instagram page posted the 2024 GOP platform, which is objectively a terrific list. I encourage all of you, by the way, to text this platform to all of your friends. Number one, seal the border, stop migrant invasion. Number two, carry out the largest deportation operation in history. Number three, end inflation and make America affordable again. Number four, make America the dominant energy producer in the world by far. Number five, stop outsourcing and turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower. Number six, large tax cuts for workers, no tax on tips. Number seven, defend our Constitution. Number eight, prevent World War III. Number nine, end the weaponization of government against the American people. Number 10, stop the migrant crime epidemic. Number 11, rebuild our cities, including Washington, D.C. Number 12, strengthen and modernize our military, making it without question the strongest and best in the world. 13, keep the U.S. dollar as the world reserve currency. 14, fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts. 15, cancel the electric vehicle mandate. 16, cut federal funding for any school pushing CRT, radical gender theory, and inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our kids. 17, keep men out of women's sports. 18, deport pro-Hamas radicals that make our college campuses safe and patriotic again. 19, secure our elections, including same-day voting. 20, unite our country by bringing it to new record level of success. Now, who could really disagree with it? You know why I say that? Kamala Harris agrees with Donald Trump's platform because she's stolen at least 3 of those items, and she now has them on her platform. Kamala Harris now says that she's against the electric vehicle mandate. She says that she wants no tax on tips. Now, we shouldn't believe Kamala Harris because she is lying. 80% of Americans believe in this GOP platform. 80% of Americans. So Britney Mahomes is scrolling through, the wife of Patrick Mahomes, scrolling through Instagram and just puts a like. Just likes the post and then keeps on scrolling. And the internet exploded. Attack after attack after attack against Britney Mahomes. Trying to get her to unlike it, apologize, trying to get her to bend the knee. Now remember, in 2020, that would have worked. In 2020, that would have been effective. That kind of mob campaign against Britney Mahomes, it would have been overwhelming. But in 2024, we are in a new and improved cultural landscape. So Britney Mahomes likes the Republican platform by Donald Trump, and she gets all of this nastiness thrown at her. And to her phenomenal credit, the woman who hangs out with Taylor Swift, who is one of the most recognizable female voices in the NFL, not female voices, but, recognizable faces in the NFL. I mean, you can't watch a Chiefs game without seeing her. That's fine. She says on her Instagram, I mean, honestly, to be a hater as an adult, you have to have some deep-rooted issues you refuse to heal from childhood. There's no reason your brain is fully developed and you hate to see others doing well. A direct, basically, punching back to all of these liberals that are trying to cancel her. Basically saying, you guys have undiagnosed, untreated childhood trauma. I'm not going to apologize. Now, just for those of you that don't follow football, this is the first family of football. Patrick Mahomes is the highest paid, most popular, and she's refusing to back down. In 2020, it would not have been a question. You like a Trump post, they would have hunted you down. So then she doubles down on Instagram. She doubles down on Instagram. Play cut 128, put 128 up there. From Real Michael Solakowitz, he says, Trump Vance 2024. She likes the post. She goes all in. And yes, she has a lot to lose. Patrick Mahomes is making $55 million a year in a salary, $45 million in salary, and then, of course, there's endorsements on top of it. And then she tripled down on social media, sharing Shane Pruitt. Contrary to the tone of the world today, you can disagree with someone and still love them. You can have differing views and still be kind. This is powerful stuff. This shows that the silent majority of this country is willing to say, no, I'm not going to just automatically do what you tell me to do. Forget it. And it's been a cascade of this. Elon Musk, RFK, Tulsi Gabbard. And by the way, I want to say thank you to all of the liberals out there that decided to attack Britney Mahomes, because now an extra 15 million people have seen the Republican platform, and it's a beautiful platform. Maybe that would explain why we're doing better in the polls. Can we put 124 up there? So you see, they always overreach. They have no self-control. So they attack Britney Mahomes. To her great credit, she doesn't apologize. She says, screw you guys. Who do you think you are? I'm Britney Mahomes. My husband's won 3 Super Bowls. What are you, like an internet troll? I'm not apologizing. And by the way, the Kansas City Chiefs, awfully conservative fan base. If we were to take a poll, the Kansas City Chiefs is probably one of the most MAGA fan bases. And now all of a sudden, an extra 20 million people have seen the Republican platform. Let's play cut 126, put 126 up there. Otherwise, this is Britney Mahomes stiff-arming the enemies of America. Remember back in 2020 when they had all those nauseating, diversity is our strength and all this, the little patches, and it takes all of us. And now we've seen a couple things. At the Arizona event with RFK and Trump, we had Budda Baker there, captain of the Arizona Cardinals. Donald Trump, the day before, was at the Las Vegas Raiders, was there, took a picture with all the Max Crosby, Gardner Minshew, I think that's his name. Top NFL players are more and more comfortable speaking out and endorsing Donald Trump, which would have been verboten in 2020. Something is changing, everybody. It is becoming more acceptable. The cancelers and the gatekeepers and the guardians of acceptable discourse in politics and in America are weakening, and we are strengthening. These are the cultural stories that can move the electoral needle, but it's also a very positive canary in the coal mine. It is a positive harbinger. It is a positive signal of things to come, that not only are people agreeing with Donald Trump, and I had no idea Britney Mahomes was a conservative, glad to hear it, glad to see it, not surprised, really decent people, but more importantly, that they're willing to no longer be silent. How often have we said, my goodness, I wish they would speak out. My goodness, I wish they would speak out. Well, now they are. And not only are they speaking out, they're telling the haters, I'm not shutting up. And that is the way that you disempower them. You disempower them by not giving them an inch. And what a change it has been over the last 4 years. And many of you in the audience deserve credit. And then who's next? You got Tulsi Gabbard, you got RFK, you got Elon Musk, you got Britney Mahomes. You got quite the Avengers Squad there. And by the way, you want to win over moms? Just to be clear, Britney Mahomes is followed by millions and millions of moms and young women. This probably moved the dial hundreds of thousands of votes. Not votes necessarily, but people thinking differently. Wow, if Britney Mahomes likes the Trump post, maybe I do. And she doesn't back down, and it draws more attention to that. I have a lot of respect because she has a lot to lose. There's a lot of people probably in her ear. Same with Patrick. And I'm glad, Patrick having his wife's back, I'm sure, saying, you go, honey. You show him. That's the energy we've been missing. She's saying she likes the policies. She's saying she supports the ticket. That's how everyone should vote, by the way. It's a very promising sign of things to come. We need more of it. And good on the Mahomes family for putting the country above their contracts.